Hi guys, welcome back to Otter's RC Garage. This week we're going to be going through all of my RC collection and getting an account on all of them and just seeing what all we have. And to end things off, the very last one is going to be a brand new RC that we just got today. Alright, so the first two RCs that we are going to be talking about are actually not really mine, but we have this Jeep here that's on a OG SCX-10. This is what I built from the ground up. We actually got both of these crawlers as a package deal off Facebook Marketplace. It was a good find, and made this one our own and made it super fancy for her. Got some nice expensive rims and dressed it all up for her. So this has been nice because that really got her into the RC hobby with us and gave her something to do when we went out crawling as well. Now this gold awesome Raptor, this is actually a Red Cat Gen 7. This is for my son, and I tell you what, it has put up with a whole lot of abuse, from going a good 100 yards down a stream, just crawling straight through it all, to going down to the hill and making more expensive crawlers look like they weren't built for much. This thing is very capable. It's got a lot of weight up front here, which makes it an awesome climbing rig. And overall, there's really not much done to it. We have a Holmes Hobby motor on it, and we upgraded the steering servo because it died, and put some brass on the wheels and upgraded the wheels and tires. This thing has been awesome, and I think they were just on sale for less than 200 bucks. I would jump on one of these if I was just getting into it. And these next two, these are my crawlers, my personal ones. I just did the build series on this Gen 8, made it into a 6x6. My friend Sam even got me a driver when he was down on vacation. And this Bronco is what really started it all off for me. This is a Traxxas TRX4. I did, wheels, tires, a roof rack, put the decals on, some side steps. I basically went ham on this thing and making it my own, and did the light kit and everything. And I really like this rig. It is basically built exactly how I want it. I'm probably never going to change anything else on it. I keep looking at different brass options to make it better, and I don't want to change anything. It works so great for me. The Gen 8, I'm yet again not going to change anything as far as crawler performance wise. I do want to add 2 winches. I want to add a winch out front here. It does have a fair lead for it, and I would like to add a winch out back. Being the 6x6 and a trail rig, I really want to make this a recovery vehicle. We have a trailer that I'm going to show later, and it would be really nice to have a winch out back that we could do some scale recoveries and use that winch to pull something up onto the trailer. Just little things. But overall, I did just put a 1080 speed controller in, one of the new second generation ones, and I did hook up a new receiver so that I can use my Dumbo controller with the dials and everything. And the last of our crawlers are the smallest of them. We got the 2 SCX-24s on the outside. We got this deadbolt here, which is my son's. Still haven't convinced him to lower it, but we have all the parts there to make this thing a great crawler when he does decide he wants to lower it down and get the center of gravity lower. We got the girlfriend's TRX-4M. After she got her Jeep, she definitely wanted to get a small scale one to play around with us as well. We got that tricked out with some Trio wheels. Other than that, it's pretty well stocked. We got the light kit on it, and we do have the trailer for it. And then we have the Yukon. I made this as a replica to our Yukon that we have full size. I just thought it would be super cool to have an RC that's the same as what our family truckster is. Of course, our family truckster isn't lifted like this or have big old meaty tires. It's pretty much a highway cruiser. To round out the crawler scene for us, we have our accessories for our crawlers. We'll start with our mini trailer for the TRX-4M. I've not made any hitches or anything for the SCX-24s, but this is just strictly for her little Defender. She did get these little sticks from Hobby Lobby, I believe. Just something realistic. make it look cool, give her something to haul. We have the plow, which I did make a video on that. That worked great on the girlfriend's Jeep. Next year I think I'm going to try and modify it and make it work for the 6x6. I think the 6x6 would be an even better plow vehicle. And of course we have our car trailer, which still has some dirt on the tires from the last recovery. I do want to make a whole lot more videos with this trailer, mainly behind the 6x6 like I talked earlier, doing some more recovery looking things and some scale looking videos. I really enjoy making those, so those are always going to stick around here on the channel. And switching out from the crawlers, we are going to our Tamiya cars. So this is our Tamiya MO5 front wheel drive, trying to be the world's fastest front wheel drive and at least the fastest MO5. I did get some foam tires for the front. We're still running the drag slicks in the back. I figured the rubber tires might help keep the rear end behind it, and still planning on running this thing on 6S. So we'll see here real shortly. Speed run on that. I'm still trying to find the perfect road. Running this thing on 6S with that motor, I know it's going to blow up. It's just a matter of how fast are we going when the motor blows up. So it's going to be a one and done sort of thing. I really want to have the perfect road, you know, picked out ahead of time. The other Tamiya here is our TT02. This is a drift car. You can tell by the wheels. I have yet to make the body for it. It's an RX-7 body, and I don't know, I just haven't done it. If you guys want to see that, make sure you guys let me know in the comments. That's something you guys do want to see. This is a really good platform, especially for drifting. The only thing is it would be nicer if it had a little more steering, but being all-wheel drive, it does sort of make up for the lack of steering. So let me know, guys, in the comments if you guys want to see that. And from the Tamiyas, we're going into our buggies, and these are some of our cheap Chinese buggies that I got originally that really started the channel off. Both were really good builds. This one never, I don't think, ever saw any airtime on the channel, but it did give me a lot of inspiration. This is a ZD Racing Raptor B16, a little 16th buggy I got to keep up with my son's e-Revo when we were first getting RC cars. He had his Revo first, and I bought this. This I did put a bigger brushless motor on it and put some lights on the front. Other than that, it really didn't need anything. It was a great little buggy. The biggest problem with this was the spur gears are plastic, and once you get a more powerful motor or running at faster speeds, that plastic does not actually run true straight because it's just a cheap buggy. So if I could get a metal gear, or if I could get a gear that would actually run straight, this thing would be an awesome little ripper. Every once in a while I do get a gear for it that it is straight enough that I can run it, but never really too long before it just strips the gear out. This buggy, it is a Nitro Exceed or HSP or Red Cat Tornado. I have the Red Cat Tornado body on here because I'm quite a bit of a Red Cat fan. This thing is pretty awesome. If you guys have followed the channel, you'll know that I actually converted this to a Traxxas Easy Start, and it's a bit of a ripper. I do have issues with the 2-speed transmission. I can't seem to ever get that to work. So I really want to know, guys, let me know in the comments. I really think I can convert this thing over to brushless. I have a 6S setup I'm thinking I want to convert it over to, but like I said, let me know. Keeping the nitro theme going, this is not one but two Nitro Vortex that I picked up from my in-law, actually. These have the 2.5s. They are belt-driven Nitro cars, road touring cars. I wanted to try and build these things for fun little parking lot racers. I did want to do some testing with them. The biggest thing is with nitros, it's a pain in the butt to get them all tuned in, get them both running at the same time, unless you have, you know, multiple people there that know what they're doing. This is the original body for what these would have came with. I think that is one of the slickest looking bodies ever, and it's cool that I got an original body that's not too beat up or anything. And this is a weird Mustang body. I wanted to make this thing look sort of like a junkyard build. I actually got a whole bunch of performance parts that I was going to throw on this one and keep this one bone stock and see if a performance Vortec could outperform a bone stock one, or if the bone stock one would do better. But like I said, I haven't gotten around to that because the biggest thing is nitro pain in the ass problems, and also just I don't think there's much interest. Yeah, I don't think you guys are really into it. If you guys are into the nitro cars, let me know, and we can get these things running. It's just at $70 a piece for sleeves, and both of them needing new sleeves. It ends up adding up, especially if there's no interest. These next two beasts, these are my favorite. So these I got when I'm pretty sure I was 10 years old, maybe 11 years old. These are both original T-Maxes. Originally came with the 1.5s. These were the first years when my parents got these, that these changed over to be called T-Maxes and not just a Sport or a Max. And they definitely have aged well. You can still get this exact truck, except with a 2.5 instead of the 0.15, from Traxxas. But these both are far from stock anymore. So this one was originally my brother's. This is the blue body. I had the red body that matched this. I have converted this one to electric. It no longer has a nitro engine in it at all. Other than the electric conversion, it is bone stock. Stock control arms, stock drive shafts, stock everything. This T-Max, on the other hand, though, has gotten probably every upgrade that you could do without going full aluminum and everything. I have put a 3.3 nitro engine in it with the 3.3 transmission. Still a short plate. If you guys know anything about the T-Maxes, the 3.3 transmissions take the wide or the long wheelbase. I did convert it to the 3.3 arm, so it is wider, but it still retains that short drive train, which is really nice. I like it because it really pops the wheelies and whatnot. It does have the dual pipes out the back. I do have, though, a performance exhaust for it that would probably be better than the dual pipes, but I really like the looks of it. This was basically going to be, once I got old enough, I went ham and did everything to this that I wanted to do to it when I was a kid. So still kept the Chevron tires, I love those, but I got 3-spoke rims on it. Just a really cool truck overall, and especially the Ford body. I love it. Moving right along, we have our boats for the channel. Longtime viewers will recognize that there is a boat missing. It got damaged. It was an old Nyko RC boat that it got damaged in transportation coming back from vacation the one year. So its electronics got saved, and we're probably going to do another toy grade upgrade boat in the future, but not right now, so be on the lookout. Make sure you guys subscribe for that. So first off, we're going to start with our fan boat. I've only done one video on it. I did get some things fixed on it. It should run a whole lot better, but I have not fired it up since. I tried running it in the snow. That's why we got the sock over the head, but it was just too cold for it to start, and these engines are just, you know, really susceptible to temperature. So hopefully sometime here this summer we'll be able to get this thing out. I'm building a house, or working on renovating a house, so it's really made it hard to get out and do things. Hopefully though, next summer we'll be able to get a lot more of this boat going. On to our blast. Our blast, I have started converting mine to brushless and also converting it to have a water pump. Once I get that figured out on my boat, I am going to do a build video then on Zane's boat, doing not only the brushless conversion, which I've done a lot of the brushless conversions on here, but give you a little pointers on there. But mainly I want to show setting up that water pump, especially for guys that want to have it hooked up to channel 3. Plan on making a video on how to do that. So this here is another road car, a nitro powered one that we haven't showed anybody on the channel unless you watch the other RC video where I showed all mine off. This is a Hobeo 1/7 scale Porsche, and this thing, like I said, is nitro powered. They really didn't make many of these. It is super hard to find anything for them. We did get a sleeve for it, and we do have it running, but we haven't actually driven it yet. Our biggest fear is obviously taking out, driving it, and breaking something on it. This thing is a really awesome car and a really cool collector piece, so we want to try and keep it good. The body's in really awesome shape, so like I said, it's a little scary even thinking about taking it out to run it, but we will get a running video of this sometime soon. Keeping the street car theme going, we have my son's 2 street bashers. This is an all-wheel drive arm and fraction. We made some videos on this. He is going to eventually make this a speed car, I believe. Right now we've gotten it up to about 43. I think it's capable of about 46, but we haven't proven that yet. We do want to do that soon. And here we have his 2-wheel drive street stock, but it's actually got some dirt oval tires on it. This is a pretty cool car from Team Associated that you can get, and it's basically brushless from out of the factory. A really good gyro system on it, so you can go out and race some dirt ovals right out of the box and have a blast. And next we have our bashers. We of course have our mini Revo, which really started everything off. This is my son's, and he loves this thing. We got the RPM control arms and knuckles all the way around, and it makes this thing about bulletproof. If anything ever does happen, it's usually just that the ball sockets pop out of these knuckles, and he can pop them right back in himself and just keep going. He's sent this thing 30 feet in the air, and it is awesome. We do have the T-bone skid plate underneath to connect everything together and sort of help protect stuff, but he can do about anything he wants with this, and it's probably one of his favorite RCs too, and one of his easy go-to ones anytime we say we're going to do any sort of bashing. And this is the mini Revo's big brother, the big Revo. It does look a bit different. We have a slash body on there, mainly because we had a couple slash bodies sitting around, and my Revo body was just that thrashed. It would not stay on anymore, no matter what I did. So I ended up making some new holes and cutting a spot for the wing, and I think it looks pretty good. And moving right on, we have our Typhoon Mega that we have converted to a 3S brushless beast of a machine. Most anytime we're doing any sort of off-road racing and Zane's using this, he usually always ends up winning. It's got an awesome gyro in it, help keep it straight, and these tires do great. They don't really balloon at all, but they got the right diameter and they're light enough. They fly. This thing we do have clocked at a 42 miles an hour, and I think we're just going to leave it at that. It's perfect at that speed. It's not too much, and it's not too little either. And that leads us to our final RC that you guys are aware of and know of, which is our Otter RC Garage racing car that Zane pilots on the weekends. He has been doing a lot of practicing. This is our body from last year, and it is really beat up. We have a brand new body with a brand new design that we're going to be painting, so make sure you guys look out for that. This is probably my favorite car that my son owns, mainly because it has taught him probably the most about respect and racing and RC in general. So I'm really looking forward to this next season. And that being said, next season we're going to be racing this. This is a CRC Battle Axe 3 pan car kit car. We have everything that Zane's gonna need. We got tires front, rear, racing servo, and Rick tuned this motor, so this should be ready to go and ready to rip. Zane really took racing serious, and he said he wanted to start running in the 5-second class. So the 5-second breakout class means that if you go under 5 seconds on a lap, that lap does not count. So really what this is about is building these cars so they can handle really well and they can go really fast, probably running, you know, like a 3.5 second lap time, but then you turn it down and run your oval perfect every single time, so you're hitting as close to that 5-second mark on every single lap to be able to get the most amount of laps out of that 5-minute time span that you have. So this is really some high caliber racing for Zane. I'm super excited that he's serious enough that he wants to get into it and do something on this caliber. So make sure you guys are liking and subscribing, and make sure you guys stay tuned. We are going to be doing a full build on this pan car. It is something completely new for me, so I think it's going to be something pretty neat and something you guys might want to see. So like I said, I hope you guys like this. This is my whole entire collection, well, mine and my girlfriend's and my son's, and I hope you guys are excited as I am for building this new pan car for my son. He should be ecstatic when we get done with this thing. I think it's going to be one of the top cars out there, and I think he's going to be doing really good and really growing his racing career. Really showing a whole lot of progress for a 9, soon to be 10-year-old. So he's got a lot of life left in him, and I really hope that he keeps this going throughout the rest of his life and at least cherishes this for now. But make sure you guys like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week.